Your Majesties. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Hope you're well in all that you do and you're loving yourself and others like always, and you're living your life according to your own way, and you are being fulfilled in all that you do, because it is important as we journey through this life struggles. Hope you're well in all that you do and your families are well and fine. Today I would want us to talk about David. There was a video, I don't know, prior to this time. We talk about where Abraham and Sarah was rested in a cave in Mamre in South Africa. Today we will talk about remember when David was running away from Saul. All right, there was a video even where we even talk about the movement of Abraham when he was called from Ur of the Chaldeans to where he started migrating to the movement where the creator was telling him to go to, and all these places. We already talked about that. Maybe I'm going to leave the link somewhere for you. It was also from this same young man I got that information from. Now today we will be talking about the place where David hid, where Saul was pursuing him. Remember where he was crowned the king, and Saul was after his life. So here he escaped from Saul and hid in a cave. In a cave called Ma'un. The cave called Ma'un. And this cave is situated in Botswana, Gabon. Alright? Now, I keep telling you that what they do is it's either they change the name, like they change some alphabets, so you don't even think of it that this is where it is. And then after changing the alphabet, they go there first, so they go excavate, they go remove the evidence and take it to the artificial places where they have created. These are things that are done, like this is it. Because you can't tell me that a continent where these people see as so inferior, a continent where they say we sleep on the trees, we don't have clothes, we don't have food to eat, we are behaving like animals, we move around naked. I don't see a reason why people that claim to be so developed, so advanced, will still be lurking around continents that people in it behave like animals. There is something they are after. And most of the time they lurk around all these strategic places where these caves are found, where these things are found. That's where they move around, and they tell you they are tourists. What tourists? They're just going around to see things and remove.
I want us to look at some cave over there, alright? In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 23 verse 50 verse 25 says, "And Saul and his men went to seek him. When David was told about it, he went down to a cave." Let's look at this. Saul and his men begin the search, and when David was told about it, he went down to the rock. When they say rock, either be cave, rock, or cave, and stay in the desert of Ma'un. Ma'un. When Saul heard this, he went into the desert of the Ma'un in pursuit of David. Where is the Ma'un? Let's look at this. Let's use our map again. What's going on? They changed the letter O. They changed the letter U to letter O. Maun. Maun. The same pronunciation in Botswana. That's where it is. And where is the cave? Let's look at the cave. I just wanted to see something here. There is a cave in Maun, in that desert, when David, let's read the story so you get this very well. Let me use this Bible again. Let me use the Amplified. Yep, right here. Then Saul and his men went to search for him. When David was told about it, he went down to the rock and stayed there in the wilderness. When they say rock, they mean cave. Rock cave. And stayed there in the wilderness or desert of Maun. Wilderness or desert of Maun. When Saul heard it, he pursued David in the wilderness of Maun. You drop the O. You pronounce it Maun. You. Let's look at the cave. This is the cave over there. Let's look at the pictures there. So you see this. Do you see the rock over there?
Your Majesties, I hope you are understanding what is going on. That went a bit shorter, but I got this thing, right? I discovered it myself, and I saw that these things were true. That cave is there. That cave is there. It's not just oh, you just go to get this from somewhere, or you just these things are real. And most of the times you begin to wonder, why is it that things that we should know about, we don't know about them? Is the ones that we shouldn't even be interested on that we are interested in. Most of the times they just deliberately divert our attention to things that are not even important, and then we are always concerned about the ones that are not important, but the ones that are important are there underneath. They are working on it. If Africa, if Al-Kabu land, if the motherland, if the Garden of Eden is not as significant as it should be in the life of everybody in the world, do you think the interest of these people will be so much in Al-Kabu land? It's not like if you see what is even going on between China and the US and China, you see that it's like, I don't know what they are competing for. Like the continent is now a bread or a trophy, or yeah, you get the way they're doing it. Like some of them shamelessly will come sit down and say that the Chinese government is competing with them for Africa. Like, can you imagine? Now, why is it that a group of people, the French government, are so much attached to that particular part where they are controlling? They don't want to let it go. Why is it that the Europeans are so attached to the part? You see, the way they divided the continent, you just sometimes I sit down and I just imagine, like, this is what these people have done to us. Like, they shared us. That's why I say maybe we're not like bread. They shared us among themselves. They took some parts. The Europeans took some parts. The Americans took some parts, right? And even within within Europe itself, there are other parts. We were just scattered. Everybody hustling for a part to be dominant on. If the continent is not as important, as significant, they would never be struggling for it, because these people do not go for something that does not have interest to them. They do not go for something that does not have interest. Same with the Chinese people. I was opportune to listen to an interview by Lin. I don't know if I got that name right. A Kenyan YouTuber. She interviews a lot of prominent people. I hope that name I got it right. She interviewed them Wodemaya, and there was something Wodemaya said in that video which just struck me, and I felt like I wish a lot of persons were able to watch this video, this interview. Wodemaya said, Wodemaya stayed in China for some time, and he was like, the level of racism in China. They look at you and sometimes they come and rub your skin to see whether their hand is gonna be dark. Sometimes they just you sit and they'll be picking your hair. You know, yeah, I watched that video to that length. When I heard him say these things, I felt like, look at us, and we feel that China is not a savior for us. These people, and he said something. He said these people they will do business with you. It's not word to word what he said, but like, yeah, it's business. They're gonna do business, but anything aside that, you're on your own. They don't see you and value you like somebody that is like them. This is someone that stayed in China like for maybe 5 years. I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I don't know, because he's schooled in China. He had friends who are Chinese. He had friends. He lived in China. And then this is we Africans, like, we don't want to hear. When we just see somebody trying to give us something, we are so happy. The Chinese are coming for their own. The way Europe and America came for their own, and the Chinese is trying to kick them out now. They are so angry and they are bringing a lot of what have you out. There is nobody that will love us for who we are. It's we that can value ourselves. That I keep saying this, we have to prioritize ourselves. Whoever we do business with as a company, we have to prioritize ourselves, because they know what is here, but we don't know what is here. They know who we are, but we don't know who we are. We are not interested. We are not. We're only interested in, because we always want to collect. I think, should I say it's our lazy? We're just so lazy. Or, I don't get it. Is it still the level of the colonization? I don't just get it. It's not that we don't have the resources. It's not that we don't have the manpower. It's not that we don't have, doesn't mean it's just the strategy we lack. Doesn't mean that is what our leaders, sometimes I sit and say, what is even our problem as Africans? What is our problem really? That we can't build ourselves. We have to depend on people to come give us something, and we smile and be happy, and then we sit lazily and finish that and still wait for someone to come and give. No, this is we talking to ourselves. Why can't those who are prominent among us, who have the money, who are stealing the money, do something significant before they even live this life? We are only interested in embezzling funds for ourselves and families. We don't care about the national interest. Anyway, what do you think? Leave your comment and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, always. Bye for now.